Evening everyone, just getting set up. Put your call sign in the comments. Hi James. There's Paul. 2E0 VCU. Frank is there. John Light. James Leggett. Right, how's the audio levels? Audio okay, guys? 5.9.
He's a big mouth, you know it all. Don't listen to him, he's an ink and poop.
The guy is a radio genius, but he's got a hell of a lot to learn.
He's a big mouth, you know it all. Don't listen to him, he's an ink and poop.
The guy is a...
Right, hi everybody. It's Chris, 2E0 UKH. I'm just doing a new setup tonight. Just working on a different layout. So we're talking about the Openspot 3. I'm reading the comments up here in front of me. Just checking a few things. So anyone new who hasn't commented, put your call sign in the comments so we know who's watching. So we're talking about the Openspot 3, and I've not been interested in open spots in the past because I didn't think they offered me anything new. You know, you got jumbo spots that are so damn affordable, let's face it. And when the first Openspot come out, it needed a battery and it didn't have Wi-Fi, and you had to give it a modem, and it was massive. You know, you had to carry it around in a suitcase, literally. No, I'm joking, but it wasn't small and portable, was it? And then the second one come out, and it was pretty good because even in the early days, it let you do cross mode. It let you do cross mode of a sort, you know, from DMR to Fusion, or from Fusion to DMR. And when it first come out, it had the monopoly. You know, it was the only one that did that. And now you can do the same thing on a jumbo spot. So why would you bother with a nearly £300 hotspot? So I've got it in front of me here. Hope you can see the camera okay, people. That's the Openspot 3. Just stand it up there. And there's nothing really to look at on it. I'll just show you around it. So if you've got any questions about the Openspot, put it in the comments. I'm no expert, but I'm working my way around it. And you know, if you're the sort of person that really loves tinkering with stuff and messing about, then you know, this really is brilliant. So you've got a Wi-Fi button on there, and you've got a power button on there. It's got a built-in battery, and it takes USB-C connector, and so you can put it in. You know, you can put it in either way round. So it's quite good, you know, and quite up to date. It's all controlled through the browser. There's no app. Well, it's about what is it? About 250. What does it work out UK? Because I didn't buy mine. I got sent one to look at. It's about 250 in it, 280, something like that. And yeah, it's a luxury hotspot. It's a luxury hotspot. Scott's joined us, Scott Hamilton. Is it easy to configure? Well, I think it. I mean, I've never had one. I've never had one and never been interested in one. So I'm a good person to ask because I'm not an expert on it. I just powered it up. Once you get the Wi-Fi details in, you know, it's easy to go. You know, it's good to go. So any questions about the Openspot 3, put it in the comments. Anyone new watching the stream, put your call sign in the comments so I know who's watching. Is the quality of the stream okay tonight? Video, audio okay? So this Openspot is special because it does cross mode. It does cross mode. You can go from virtually any mode to another mode. You know, from D-Star to DMR. Colin, all okay? Yeah, thanks, Colin. Me and Colin have had a lot of adventures on digital. We both got the ID51 together, and we had a lot of fun with that. So, for example, you can pick up a DMR radio, any DMR radio, and you can connect it over to D-Star. You can speak to people on D-Star. Reflectors, DCS, X reflectors, XLX, everything. All from the one radio. Now, Scott said earlier, is it easy to configure? I mean, I think it's easy to configure because I know how to program all these radios. $497 Canadian dollars, that sounds like a lot. Now, configuring all these radios for use with the Openspot 3, I'll just tell you briefly how I did it. On the DMR radio, you set up a simplex frequency. Evening, Paul Wright. Thank you for joining us, Paul. On the DMR radio, you set up a simplex this is a simplex hotspot. You set up a simplex frequency. That is digital. And it's best to program it for talk group 9. And any announcements that come back from the Openspot, you can only hear the announcements if you've got a receive list, a group list set up for talk group 9. So you hear the comments come back on talk group 9 on a D-Star radio. I've just edited one of my, I think it's a DV Mega. I've got a channel set up as a DV Mega, and the DV Mega, it's just a simplex frequency, you know, with the B and the G in place. The B means UHF, the G means gateway, and in the top section, I'll just move this hotspot because there's nothing to look at really. I'll put it flat there. So on the ID51, I'll just show you how I did it. On D-Start, I programmed it. Right, I'm just going to be back in a second. I'm just going to charge my battery on the D-Start. It's just gone bloody flat. I've just charged everything else. So typical. Charged everything possible, but I overlooked the D-Star radio. So if someone remind me later, and we'll get the D-Star radio back up. But I just edited a hotspot channel. You know, so it's a simplex frequency. It's got a minus shift with an offset of 0. That's important. And in the top, I had it set as CQ. I mean, it's just pure simplicity on the Fusion radios. You know, this is the FT70, brilliant, capable little radio. I've just got it in. You can have it in VFO mode. I've had it in just VFO mode. Greg Goddard 2E0 LXC. You know, all these radios you can just program them in VFO mode. You don't have to actually put it in a channel. You know, I've had loads of people emailing me, how do you set these up for hotspots? You know, for any hotspot, especially the Openspot this week, people have been asking me. But you can just do it in a VFO mode. You don't even have to put it in a channel. Once you know it works, then you can save it to a channel. But anyway, I'm just going to go over to the interface, the web interface. It's just an IP number. So I'm just going to share my desktop, and hopefully my camera, I've configured my camera setup to show my desktop and the cameras. Right, so I'm just looking at my camera setup. So I'm just going to open up the hotspot page. So how's it looking, guys? Can you see it okay on the screen? Does it need to be bigger? So you can see I'm connected to Talk Group 91 on DMR. Anyone new watching the stream? Paul, right, it's okay. You're watching on PC, Paul and Scott. Always makes it easier, doesn't it? Anyone new watching the stream, put your call sign in the comments, ask any questions you'd like. Yeah, size is fine on a PC, yeah. I mean, if you're explaining details on a PC, you know, I'm on a PC here, you're not going to see it very good on a mobile device, but I can zoom in to a certain extent. So, I'm just going to zoom in just a fraction, make it a little bit bigger. Right, so you can see this is the dashboard, and we'll take it from the left. This, if you click on the word Openspot 3, this is the main landing screen. This is like the home page. You can look at your battery there. I mean, it says 89% there. It says 89% and 9 hours remaining. You know, I'm a bit doubtful on that. But it's supposed to last 10 hours, but Brian Havers, hi Brian. Oh, he's ordered mine. He's ordered his 271. Can't wait to get it. Yeah, well, you can use it with any device that's got a browser on it. An iPad, an iPhone, an Android, a Windows PC, even an Xbox, anything you like. So look, I'm connected to Talk Group 91. I'm not touching any radios. My camera's not working in the bottom left. I did have a camera set up. I'll get that working in a minute. We can work around lots of these things. But I'm on Talk Group 91. Now, I can disconnect from Talk Group 91. I can do an unlink. I can do an unlink by going to Brandmeister Manager. And I can drop the current call. Just like you can in Brandmeister Self-Care. So that's pretty cool. I had to paste my key across from my Brandmeister Self-Care. Drop current call. So I'm just clicking it. I'm looking at the screen on my radios and it's gone dead. It's dropped the call. Now I'm going to click the unlink button because I've got it set up. Right, I just clicked the unlink and it didn't work because when you drop a call in the Brandmeister Self-Care, it always comes back again a few seconds later. So as soon as it come back, drop call. I did a 4000 and I've just missed the lady's voice, but it said not linked. So you can drop the call from within the hotspot. I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, you can do this on anyway. You can do this in the Brandmeister Self-Care. But has anyone seen that before? I thought that was pretty cool. So I've dropped the call and I'm now ready to go anywhere I want. So just looking at comments. Anyone new watching the stream, put the any questions in the comments or we'll have nothing to talk about. At the bottom, underneath where my camera is, you can't see it, there's an advanced button. I've got that ticked. And there's a quick setup. I've got that down in the bottom right. So we're not linked to anything now. So if you're new to getting this working, the most difficult part is getting DMR working. Once you've got DMR working, there's not a lot to the rest. So I'll just show you my, someone will be watching this later in the future. I'll just show you my settings. So if I go to connectors, I've got it on Homebrew MMDVM. So for DMR, it recommends Homebrew MMDVM. So I'm just switching over to that just to check I've got it on. General settings, DMR Homebrew MMDVM settings. Frequency, modem mode DMR, so I'm on DMR, just said that. You've got put your call sign in, your DMR ID, and you've got your master servers. Your master servers go in here. This is clever. You can have one master server and you can have a backup server. So my backup server is Denmark for some reason. So if one fails, it tries the next one. So anyone new watching the stream, put your comments or questions in the comment section. Joseph, hi Chris, thank you for all the great videos. Thank you, mate. N7TSQ, thank you, Joseph, I appreciate that. Brian McKay, he's here. Been watching Brian McKay's podcast on YouTube. If you want to put a link on it, you're welcome, Brian. Put a link, I'll allow it. I'll get one of the admin to allow it. It's about mental health. He's doing a good job there. Like the backup server. Yeah, that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. There's no indication it's not working normally. If you're on a Pi Star or something, it's just silent, and there's something wrong, but it could just be a quiet day. So I'm just going through, these are all the DMR settings, because that's what I've got it on. I've got it on DMR, so it's showing all them. Modem, active modem mode DMR, change to mode DMR. So if I wanted to go to something else, I would fill it in there. It's on my Facebook page. Thank you, Chris. Great job today. Yeah, well, Brian's new podcast video is no more excuses on YouTube. I'll say it for him, because not everyone's got your Facebook page, have they? So modem settings, you know, change to mode. So you could put D star in it. You go from DMR to D star. Frequency, offset. It's all automatic calibrated, 200 for me. You can alter the power. I mean, carrier wave ID, I don't care about this. I mean, this might be important for someone. I mean, there's really is loads of settings here, but that's all your modem settings. You've got normal settings. I mean, they've really thought of everything. They've really gone to town. You've got profiles. I've got a profile for home, another one when I'm out mobile. There's the profiles there. You can export and import files of the profiles. Firmware update. I mean, that's another good thing. You can do firmware updates on here. There's just a single button. You click it to do a firmware update. Now, I think that is the only bad thing I found about this. Firmware updates. You can do the DMR database update. It's really slow. Someone told me these Openspots come from Estonia, and someone told me their internet there is like really slow. So it might be beyond their fault. Right, so these are just the settings. Shark RF network device login. I have made an account, but I haven't found any use for that yet. So just looking at the comments. Please put your comments, any questions in there. Gives me something to talk about. I mean, I never run out of things to talk about, but most people are interested. You know, there's a lot of people watching tonight, so a lot of people are curious about this new device, because it's very hard to get hold of one. Billy Ramez, just remind me, someone else isn't watching that should be. Are you there, Fred? Are you in the comments there, Fred? Just about to message him. I'll just say, yo, we are live. Right, so Billy Ramez. Good day, Chris. Yeah, hi, Billy. Thanks for joining us. Anyway, enough about settings. There's flipping settings for everything. There's settings and settings for settings. Have you talked about APRS yet? No, I haven't. No, I don't. Fred's there. Great to see you, Fred. Because I didn't see you in the comment. I messaged you and it didn't appear red. That's all. So no, I'm not an expert on APRS, and I'm the opposite of APRS. I'd rather not. I'd rather not show where I am. I don't want loads of angry YouTubers coming round saying you're talking crap. Right, so these are bloody hell. Look, there's settings for everything here. I mean, this is clever. You can alter the gain, the audio, so if it's too loud or too quiet. And networks, that's just about your home network. You know, I won't show all that. It's all my home internet and stuff, mobile. But what we really want to see is cross-linking. So someone remind me my D-Star radio is on charge. Don't be so modest. I'm not modest. So I don't know what you were referring to, Frankie. Frankie won the Anytone 878. Got it here. That was donated by someone on the channel. I'm just halfway through programming it up. Look, it's even got a screen protector on it. So that's Frankie's radio. Just getting it all programmed up for him. So, enough waffling. We want to see it working. We want to see it. First of all, we want to know what you can connect from and to. I mean, I think that's the main thing, isn't it? Yeah, wonderful donation, Brian. I was blown away. I actually got a letter from my friend, letter from America, and it said, "You don't know me." He said, "My name is X," and he said, "You've helped me out hundreds of times without even knowing it. You don't know who I am, but I'm just letting you know all your videos have helped programming the radios up and stuff, and I'd like to donate you a radio to do with as you wish." I mean, I could have kept it. I've got enough already, clearly. So I thought I'd do a giveaway, and I did it on the YouTube, on my Facebook group, Digital Analog Ham. Not to self-promote or to get loads of views on a particular video. I did it because I wanted to go to a very deserving person that's a fan of the channel, and a personal friend actually, so that our little plan worked well. So we're now going to do get some radio going. Now I'm got my mouse pointer up in the top left here. There's a button there called Quick Setup. Quick Setup. You really do help a lot of folks, so glad you keep going. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Well, you help a lot of folks. You know, what goes around comes around. When I need help, there's always someone there to help me. Right, Colin, is it Android based or Raspberry Pi? What's inside? Nothing to do with Raspberry Pi. It's just sheer quality. Sheer quality. You know, it's got auto calibrating. If you choose DMR and you choose auto calibrate, it will work out the frequency of the hotspot of the Openspot. It will work out the frequency of the radio, and it will come up with an offset, and it automatically programs it in. So you know, that's why I say it's quality. It's just brilliant. It's a lot of money. I mean, I think someone said it was £271 it worked out as, but I got sent one for test, and the person that sent me one for test is watching, so many thanks to you. I'll keep that anonymous. Eric, Openspot 3 is on back order. Yeah, just pre-ordered one. Well, I don't think you'll have any trouble selling it. You know, if you don't like it, you know, you'll be able to sell it easy, but you won't want to sell it because it does so many things. So, quick setup. I mean, this is like a wizard. This reminds me of a wizard on a PC. You know, where it asks the questions. It's your fault. You got me on DMR in the first place, I think he was going to say. Yeah, guilty, guilty. So, quick setup. Please select the type of radio. This is the type of hardware radio you're going to use. So, if I want it, I'm going to go from DMR. So I'm clicking on DMR. So I'm going to go from a DMR radio. I'm picking up my DMR radio. The old Anytone 878. So that's the frequency, 439.2, color code 1. Do you have voice issues? If you don't, you can run auto calibrate. So I'm on a DMR radio. Where do I want to go to? I can say go to Brandmeister, which is DMR to DMR. I can say DMR to FSC. So is anyone able to go to FSC? I'll do them one at a time, you know, go through them in order, because we can't possibly go from every radio, from every mode to every other mode. But I'll go through the three main ones, you know, DMR, D-Star, Fusion. Is anyone able to meet me and have a contact on an FSC room? I normally go to Bob's room, FSC 348. Is anyone able to join me there? Now, on my radio, I've got it programmed up as a simplex frequency, but with talk group 9 programmed associated with it, and I've got it. I'm going to be all over this, like yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. So I've got this set up on talk group 9. I'm going to go to FSC 348, Bob's room, Bob K6UDA. He's let me use his room. I mean, I could go to a busy one. I don't want to take it over. I don't want to take 50 people over to one room or reflector and then everyone keying up and causing havoc. So I'm going to take it over to FSC 348. So I've clicked on FSC and I've already got the room saved here. Look, we've got a huge list. How's it going? From N1JXX, I think it is. Yeah, doing alright, David. Thank you for calling in. So I'm going to go to Bob's room, FSC 348. So now I'm going to I'm doing it again because the volume was down on the radio, so you can hear the announcement. So from DMR to FSC 348. I'm there.
Openspot connected to SCS 3 room 48.
A 2E0 UKH listening on FSC 348. Turn it down a bit. Brian, did you say you're there? I'm there. 1 minute. Okay, I'll stand by for you or anyone else. 2E0 UKH doing a live stream on YouTube. If anyone watching the stream can hear me, come back. Doing cross mode stuff. So we're on FSC 348. It's called the YouTuber's room. Bob K6UDA. You know, I'm purposely choosing somewhere quiet. Brian McKay, are you on the way there, Brian? Yes, you have, Frankie. If you've got a hotspot, you have. You just don't know how to use it. Great thing the pen does quickly. 2E0 UKH listening on FSC 348. So I'm just waiting for Brian. Yeah, well, Frankie, you told me you got a hotspot. Alright, hold on a minute.
Kilo Charlie 1, Mike Alpha Charlie.
Yeah, got you, Brian. Very good audio, actually. Amazing. Don't know how the audio's coming out on the stream. Go ahead. 2E0 UKH.
Well, believe it or not, the bloomin' hotspot's still loading, so. but you sound good over here. Go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Brian, and thanks for joining us, doing a good demo. We've got to do loads of demos, so I'll keep it fairly quick. But I'm on an Anytone, so considering that, you know, I think you're on the FT3D or the FTM 400. You sound flipping marvellous, and I'm on an Anytone. So could you have guessed I was on an Anytone? You know, not on a Fusion radio. Is the vocoder hardware or software? That is a brilliant.
No, buddy. You sound like you're on Fusion. Definitely don't sound like DMR. It's very clean, nice warm sound. I'm on the FTM 400. I don't have the FD3 anymore, but sound great. I like that hotspot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, all understood. Yeah, it's just sheer quality. You know, I'm a bit blown away actually how good it is. Trouble is, I want two now. One for the car, one for the house, because I take it everywhere with me. But you know, the idea was doing this stream was to show it working, and for other people who might like to follow us around and have a listen. So I'll just leave a pause in case anyone else wants to come back, and then we'll go off and do another demo, Brian.
Okay, bud, 73. I'll meet you back in chat.
Okay, let's just see if Bob's on here. Bob, K6UDA, it's Chris, 2E0UKH doing a live stream. Anyway, I was just going to thank him for the use of the repeater. Anyway, we'll move on. Hopefully there's people listening. Sounds very good and wouldn't know if it's a Yaesu radio or not. Exactly. They've got it down. They've got it down. It works very nicely. Now, someone asked a question a minute ago. Is it hardware encoding or software? Now, I've got no way of knowing. In the manual, by the way, the firmware that come out on the original firmware, you know, 2 weeks ago was version 4. Now I'm on version 8, and it says in there we'll be adding more and more modes shortly, and now all the main modes are covered, and it said they will all be hardware in the end. Some are software at the moment, so they're going through the list. So I'm going to connect my Anytone to D-Star now, and I'll go on 30 Charlie. It's not mega busy, but I don't want to have trouble hearing, you know, hearing people, you know, not getting any activity. So I'm just going to go to the quick setup. So I'm going to go from DMR to D-Star. So I'm just going to show you on the screen what DMR does, what you can go from DMR. You can go to all of these. So I've done Fusion. You can go to NXDN reflectors, D-Star gateway. I'm not quite sure what the difference is between that and reflectors and DCS. I've got a feeling that might be call sign routing. I'm not sure. So I'm going to take it across to reflectors. Just reading the comments. Yeah, it's all done in the hardware in the track. It's got an ambi chip on board. Right, I'm going to go over to reflector 30 Charlie. I think 1 Charlie might be a bit busy. 30 Charlie. I'll click connect. Turn my volume up.
Openspot connected to REF030 Charlie.
So I'm on 30 Charlie now on D-Star. If anyone would like to call me, go ahead. If not, I'll just make a random call to anyone. Presumably the only cross mode presented as those which are possible. Yes, it's only showing the ones that are possible. Right, nothing heard. I'll put a quick call out. 2E0UKH listening on 30 Charlie, doing a live demo of cross mode.
Cheery Zero, UKH. This is Kilo November 4. India Zulu Whiskey. Hanging tight. IKF.
Yeah, okay, got you. Not sure if you're watching our live stream we're doing, because I'm hearing a tiny bit of feedback, but not a big issue. KG5KXH on the 7100. Go ahead, it's Chris, 2E0UKH.
Yeah, sorry about the feedback. I was actually watching your YouTube at the same time.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I can't knock anyone for that. That's fine. I don't know if you can see the stream right now, but I've got an error of 2.8 for you, 2.8 packet loss. So that will explain why it's not perfect. Anyway, thank you for calling in. I'm going to move off as I've got loads of cross-moding demos to do. Thank you so much for calling in and giving us some audio and having a quick chat.
Okay, Chris, thank you so much. This is Kilo November 4, India Zulu, same 73.
Yep, 7-3. I'm just reading in the chat. What reflex are you on? We're on 30 Charlie, and we'll be on here for another minute or two. Really don't want to take over some of the big reflectors, but if we go to some of the small ones.
Alpha 2 Mike Whiskey.
Alpha 2 Mike Whiskey, go ahead, 2E0UKH. Anyway, perhaps that was just someone putting their call out there. So I'll turn the volume down. We've got DMR done. So just to reiterate, we can go from DMR to the following. DMR to DMR, Brandmeister, DMR Mark, TGIF, XLX, all the ASU stuff, FSC, YSF reflectors, DCS, XLX, XRF, you name it, and NXDN, no P25 yet. So that's DMR done. Now I'm going to pick up the Fusion radio. This is the FT70. Flipping brilliant radio, but what were they thinking? Right, this is the FT70. Wind the volume up a bit. So, I am on a Fusion radio, so I'm just going to go to quick setup, and I'm going to go from C4FM to Brandmeister. So first of all, and when we know we can go from Fusion to Fusion. I don't need to demonstrate that, so I'm going to go to Brandmeister. So let's wind them up on 3100. No, I better not, because I don't want like 50 to take. I don't want to take 50 people over there keying up. They'll go mad. Right, I'm going to go to Brandmeister, and that's my. Now, link to this talk group. So I'm going to type in a talk group. I mean, this is nice how it comes up with a list. You can choose it from a list, and it's got a name. You know where you're going. So I'm going to go to 2350. Actually, most of us can go to DMR. Let's go to 2353. If anyone wants to join in with the live stream, 2353. 2353 chat. Now a beep came from the Openspot.
Iceberg 5051. Linked dynamic talk group 4000.
So I think I'm on 2353. 2E0 UKH listening on 2353. Anyone listening? Yeah, them Pi Zeros do take a long time to change. If you've got a faster CPU, you know, with a bit more RAM in it, you can do them on a lot quicker on a Raspberry Pi.
E0 UKH. This is November 2 Papa India Tango.
Yeah, N2PIT. Go ahead. It's Chris 2E0 UKH. I'm on DMR, but I'm on a Yaesu radio. Back to you. How's it sounding?
Sounding very good here. My QTH is Long Island, New York, USA, and you are sounding great on the radio. Very clear audio.
That's good. That's good. That's what we want to hear. Yeah, okay. Are you watching the live stream? I presume you are, because this is a bit of an obscure channel. Back to you.
Yes, Chris, I am watching the live stream, and I want to thank you because you have pulled me through a lot on DMR and helped me with a lot of your YouTube videos to get me where I am today on DMR. And yes, I am watching the YouTube video. Back over to you, Chris. November 2 Papa India Tango.
Yeah, okay, but that is just wonderful. Thank you for the comments there. If you're looking on the stream, I'm just clicking on your name and it will show your QRZ, just so guys can see. Not where you live, I'll turn that off. But it does the same thing as Pi-Star. You know, you can go straight to a QRZ page or something like that. So anyway, this is Fusion to DMR. I'll take one more call on Fusion to DMR and then we'll go Fusion to D-Star. So thank you so much for calling in, Kenneth, and the kind words. 7-3.
All your good videos. Excellent job. Thank you again. And I'm watching you on YouTube. November 2 Papa India Tango is clear.
Yeah, many thanks. Thanks for calling in. You know, it's people like yourself that that make it work. You know, if no one come back, it wouldn't be very interesting to watch, would it? Right, 2E0 UKH, just briefly listening on 2353, and then I'm going over to D-Star from a Fusion radio. Right, I can see someone in Germany's just called me. Yeah, DF1ND, Marco. Marco in Germany, are you calling in to me to 2E0 UKH on the live stream?
Much for doing that live streams and to introduce the Openspot 3. And it's very well. It's well working. Excellent audio. No problem to copy. Mike, back to you. 2E0 UKH. This is TF1ND in the wild west of Fulda.
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for calling in from Germany. Much appreciate that, Marco. DF1ND. I like that call sign. It's like find, D-finder, D-find. Yeah, thank you for the comments. Right, I've got a lot of demos to do. I'm going to go from Fusion to D-Star next. So thank you for taking part in the video.
perfect, and have a nice evening, and thank you very much for your work. This is TF1AD, starting off in clear, 73.
Yep, 7-3. Thank you for calling in and taking part. We're QSYing over to. We'll try. I don't know where to go. We'll go. We'll go 30. No, we'll go 1 Charlie this time. But I really don't want to take over 1 Charlie. It's not as busy as it used to be. I'll go over to 1 Charlie on D-Star from a Fusion Radio. 7-3. Many thanks. Oh, Frederick's just called in. Damn, what have I done? Stand by, Fred. I've just I changed the offset by accident. W1FJF. Go ahead. This is Chris 2E0 UKH. I'm on a Fusion Radio going through to DMR. How does it sound, Fred?
W1FJF sounds great. I just started my Openspot 3, and I just connected to Brandmeister, so changed my frequency. But this is my first time I decided to start open it up. You sound great. Chris. Good videos.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Much appreciate that. And now, I don't know how to say this, but you're the best I've ever heard you. I'm on a Fusion Radio. I'm the biggest fan of the Anytones. I'm on a Fusion Radio, and you sound clearer than I've ever heard you. What radio are you on at the moment?
I've got my 878 connected to, through my Openspot 3. And I just fired it up. I just disconnected my Openspot 2 and opened it up and set it up real quick and went over here to 2353.
David Norton, yes, you can do just DMR, you can do just Fusion or just D-Star. Yeah, okay, I was just replying to someone in the comments. You can just do DMR if you want, if you've just got a DMR radio. You don't have to cross mode, you can just do DMR from a Fusion radio. But anyway, I'm continuing through my tests and experiments. The next one, I'm going over to D-Star on, I'll take it to 30 Charlie, sorry, 1 Charlie from the Fusion radio. Because there's a lot of people that just, don't want to talk, but just listen and see how I sound on the different modes, Rather than being told it sounds good, they can actually listen. Right, 7-3, Fred, and I'm going 1 Charlie now. Thanks for joining in. Okay. There's a
Take care. W1FJF clear.
There's a QSO on 1 Charlie. Okay, I just had someone say there's a QSO in progress on 1 Charlie. So we'll go to 30 Charlie. I just didn't want to keep going there and annoying anyone. That's fed up of hearing about cross-moding. Right, I'm QSYing to 30 Charlie now from the Fusion Radio. Right, so I'm going to quick setup. And I'm going from C4 FM. From C4 FM to a reflector. You could go to a DCS or an XLX. But I'm going from Fusion to 30 Charlie. Click connect. And we're there, mate.
Openspot connected to REF030 Charlie. Or just kind of cheat and run low power into the cigarette lighter plug.
Easy as that.
I'm sure I'll get some noise if I do that. Anyway, I'm not going to hold it.
It doesn't matter. I mean, we don't have to talk to anyone, but just to show that the
thank you coming back to D-Star, even though I'm on
just to show that you can cross-link.
And D-Star sure is a lot of fun still. And it was the first digital mode that I got on.
I mean, this guy sounds good for D-Star.
Discovered the work in the world. I finally got a hotspot. I got a DVAP and an ID31, and I had a ball. And I still have those. Like I said, I get several hotspots.
Home Vapor, good job, Chris. Thank you, man.
Getting on the D-Star network, it's a blast. And some people say it's not really ham radio, but hey, I'm using my license, my call sign, I'm talking to them.
Right, there's someone talking on it. I'm just going to go up a channel. I'm going to go to 30 Delta. So from Fusion to a reflector. 30, instead of C, we'll just go to D. So if anyone would like to hear what I sound like on
Connected to
D-Star from a Fusion radio, I'm now on 30 Delta. Reflector 30 Delta. E0 UKH, listening on 30 Delta, 30 Delta. Doing a live stream. If anyone watching would like to give me a call, go ahead. 2E0 UKH. So I'll just give you guys a few minutes to get here. If anyone, you know, there might be somebody who really wants to hear how it sounds. There's old Fred there. He's a great fan of the channel. W1FJF. This is Chris 2E0 UKH, and yeah, I'm on the Fusion radio on the FT70, going out on D-Star on 30 Delta. Just reading the comments. Someone in Sweden has got an Openspot 2 on YSF to DMR. Nils, thank you for watching. Right, how's it sounding, Fred? Are you actually on a D-Star radio now?
On 442 and DMR on 878, going through DMR connection to YSF, 030 Delta.
Well, I hate to say it again, but it sounds better than it. It sounds better than I've spoke to you. You know, we've had hundreds of conversations on the DMR to DMR, and I hate to say it, this sounds better. It might be because this is more on frequency. You've got auto calibrate, where it works out the frequency of the hotspot on the radio and adds an offset. So. That's a very good demo. It's working very well, Fred. Back to you.
No, it's an answer not, but I just tried it and called in. You were there. Okay, I won't keep you. I know you're busy, and so you have fun. It's great watching. Because I already learned how to flip over so
brilliant.
To D-Star. 2E0 UKH, no, they want us to ask.
Mike Pullman is watching. Hi, Chris. Mike was sending me an email the other day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, many thanks. No, thank you for, you know, no one else come back. You know, it wouldn't have been a very good demo. And I like your reports because they're critical. So, anyway, many thanks. We're going over to. I'm going to go and get the D-Star radio in a minute and try Fusion and DMR from a D-Star radio. Many thanks, 7-3. Right, Mike Pullman. Right, Mike Pullman. I'm trying to remember your call sign. Go ahead in the comments. Mike sent me an email in the week. He said, how do you set up a DMR radio, the 578 for the Openspot 3. He saw my initial videos on it. Are you there, Mike? Are you able to come back to me? 2E0UKH. Eric's there, saying hi to Mike. Anyway, he's saying I'm loud and clear. Perhaps he can't come back. But I hope you got it sorted. Right, so that's Fusion. And I'm going to show you what else you can connect to on Fusion. Paul's just joined us. 2E0VCU, it's Chris, 2E0UKH. Yeah, many thanks. I recognised your call sign there. Are you watching? I think you're watching in the stream, are you? There's not many people would use 30 Delta.
Yeah, sure am. I'm just trying to chase it around everywhere you go.
Yeah, okay. Well, the more demos, the better. You know, I want honest demo. I don't want everyone just saying it's good, but when it's not, people listening can see how it sounds, and they can make their own mind up. You know, I'm not selling these. I'm just using them, and they're hard to get hold of, and sort of advising on how to set them up and doing demos, and people can make their own mind up. Okay, thank you for coming back. I'm now going to pick up a D-Star radio and use DMR and Fusion. Many thanks, Paul. Right, I saw Paul key up there. So I'm just going to put the radio down, and I'm just going to show you the list of stuff you can connect. BJ, sounds great my end. I'm on a D74. Yeah, flipping marvellous radio. D74. I've got a D74. I haven't had time to speak about it yet. I've got a D74. Bring it down a bit. Yeah, that's a Kenwood D74. Flipping marvellous radio. Chris Taylor told me, he said he had a Chris Taylor at Moonraker, he told me he had a D74, and he said I had to sell it because I didn't use all the features it had. You know, I wasn't using all the radio, and I thought that's interesting. What does that mean? And he's right. It's got APRS on it. It's got tons of stuff. It's a scanner. It goes from 0 to 500, you know, even sideband. Right, BJ, he's saying, I love this thing, so versatile. It is. It's brilliant. It's a it's a luxury hotspot. That's how I describe it. Right, so I'm gonna go and get my ID51. Hopefully that's charged up a little bit, and I will go from. I'll meet you guys on 2353 from my D-Star to DMR 2353. I'm just going to get the radio. Hope it's charged up. I mean, this is turning out to be quite a long video. I'm enjoying it. Don't want it to be too long. We've got a lot of people watching actually. Anyone new watching, put your name and call sign in the comments. Any questions about this or any other stuff we've covered on the channel. Got about 50 people watching at the moment, so this is quite a lot of interest. Video's not going on too long. It's an awesome demo, Chris. Thank you. I mean, I've got my head around these radios I'm using it on. You know, these are my three main radios: the Anytone for DMR, ID51 for D-Star, and FT70 for Fusion. So I know how to operate these. Now, I've got my ID51 set up on a hotspot frequency. It's in a channel. It's got a minus offset with a zero offset. Right, Gray VK3PGK from Australia. Thank you for watching us from Australia. KK4FU, recognise that call sign. Sounds good, Chris. KK4FU. Mike in South Carolina. David Norton, that's pretty good. Openspot 3. You get what you pay for. I mean, I've got five Pi stars running here. DMR, D-Star, Fusion. I've got All-Star, IRLP. I've got the flipping works. Right, Mike Pullman. Hi Mike, Mike N0YLS. Mike sent me an email in the week. Did you get it sorted out, your Openspot? Did you get your Openspot sorted out? Would you compare FT70 to FT3D? Well, I used to have the FT3D and I sent it back because I didn't like it. Me and Fred had one, and Brian McKay. You got it sorted out, great. Brian McKay's laughing there. We all had the FT3D and I sent it back. I sent it back because I just could not stand the audio quality. It was rubbish. But it's one of the best radios I've ever had. Right, Brian sold his. Brian is an audiophile. He's a he's a professional podcaster. He knows his stuff, and we both agreed the audio quality wasn't very good on receive. If it's your only radio you've got, you will love the FT3D because you've got nothing to compare it to. But if I've got the FT70 and it's a lot cheaper, you can nearly get three of them for the price of the FT3. And if your cheapest radio sounds better than a £400 one, it's just going to do your head in every time you switch it on. So I got rid of it. Right, so we're now on D-Star. I've got a channel set up for my hotspot. Simplex, I've got CQ in the top line, so when I key up that should mean I can talk. And I'm going to quick setup. I mean, are you getting it? This is flipping easy. Look, you just go to quick setup. It's saying what radio you're holding. D-Star. Just going to show you. From C4FM, which we just did, you can connect to all of these things. C4FM to Yaesu, C4FM to Brandmeister, and D-Star. Notice there's no NXDN. Is there any? No NXDN. Oh, there is NXDN and P25, so that's quite capable now. C4FM, that does nearly everything. Yeah, Brian McKay. Brian McKay was trying to kid himself that he could put up with it, and then he sold it. I love it. Right, quick setup. I'm going to go from D-Star to DMR. Listen out on 2353. I'm going to be doing some tests on 2353. So, Brandmeister 2353. Notice how it's remembered everything. It's remembered everything. 2353.
Brandmeister 5051. Link dynamic talk group 4000.
I wish they'd get someone who sounded a bit more human. That sounds like a robot talking to me. Right, so I should be on 2353. Someone give me a call on 2353. Billy Ramez, he's got an open spot too, but in the quick setup there is no option for D-Star. Exactly, that's what it's all about, D-Star, because there's an ambi chip on board. 2E0UKH, yeah, I am on 2353. If anyone is able to come back to me, I'm on a D-Star radio going through to DMR on 2353. Anyone receiving? ID 51, but now think of an open spot 3. Well, if you've got one radio, one good radio, just get the open spot 3 and then you can do all the other stuff. Need someone to come back to me on 2353. There's Brian, he was in the chat there. Right, Brian is in the chat and I've just read his question. He's got two questions. In the battery, is the battery changeable? No, you can't. I mean, you can take the screws out, I guess, but it doesn't pull out. Ryan's saying, is it changeable? And do you think there will be a version with the small OLED screen on it? Yes, I think there will in the future. Because it's like Apple, they do incremental updates. There'll be a screen on it. Then the next version will have a changeable battery. You know, they just do they get everything working and they just keep adding to the good formula. Anyway, how's it sounding, Brian? I'm on the ID 51 going through on DMR. Frankie, once again, I hear everything but do not get through.
Being honest, Chris, I prefer the information on the C4FM. But what I'm really impressed with is the lack of delay. It's about half a second here, which is superb. Back to you.
Yeah, well, if you look on the screen, in yellow in the middle section, you've got an error of 1.9. I think that's packet loss, so that could be a contributing factor. Anyway, this is a good demo, D-Star to DMR. And let's just leave a pause there for Frankie. Frankie said he's been trying to get through. So Frankie, go ahead Frankie, M6VMO 2E0UKH. Right, we're leaving a space there for Frankie. Anyway, nothing heard there from Frankie. So this is my demo, D-Star to DMR. It's getting confusing. My next demo will be from D-Star to Fusion. D-Star to Fusion. And I'm going to go to Texas Nexus because I like that link they've got going there. Right, 7-3 Brian, and thank you for taking part in the demonstration and watching the live stream. So it's a money saver. Well, it is if you've only got one radio. DRHWO. It's a money saver.
2E0UKH and 1BJX.
Yep, N1BJX. Is that BJ in the comments? This is Chris, 2E0UKH. I mean, it's a silly question.
Roger. Sounds great. Also sounded great on the D74 I had. It took me about 5 minutes to go into iStar and switch everything around and get on Brandmeister on my 878. So I'd much prefer to have your open spot. Back to you.
Yeah, well, you're sounding very good. A little bit. It doesn't sound like a D74. It sounds a bit loud. D7.4 is like incredibly clear. Might be a conversion thing, you know, too loud on the input. You might want to try back. Don't get me wrong, I can't say everything's perfect. I'd rather be critical a little bit, you know, in a polite way. So just back off from the microphone, because I think what it is, you've got a lot of gain there. The D7.4's got a lot of power. So just back off a bit and see how that sounds. Are you still there, BJ? Try again. I just said, could you back off a fraction? Just doing some audio tests.
Hotspot Pi Star out to 25 or 2353.
Yeah, well, you've certainly got some gain there. Certainly got some power. Colin low, G1 IVG, got to go, 7.3. Okay, 7.3, Colin. You've not missed much. You know, we're only going to be another 10 minutes. You caught most of it. So 7.3, Colin. And you're sounding very good there, BJ. Have you been following us going around the different modes? Because I've lost track where we've been.
Yeah, Roger, Chris. If you're still on 2353, we're hopping around a bit. But every mode I've heard you on, which has been on my 878, and I think you're on the Fusion radio. And I'm on the 878 now. I was on the D74 earlier when you were on the Fusion radio, and that sounded great. So I think you're really just getting the effects of the actual mode you're using. I don't think the Openspot really any of the radios you're using, so you're getting the best of whatever radio you're on, regardless of the mode.
Yeah, okay. We've got Eddie there, Eddie S6 VA3 BUF, my friend there. Speak to him on 302. He's watching in the stream. Nice to see him there. And anyone new watching, put your call sign in the comments. Anyway, this is one hell of a demo. I'm going to go over my last demo, D-Star to Fusion. So thank you for taking part in the demo there, BJ. Much appreciate that, Benjamin. So, nothing heard from BJ.
Don't worry, Chris. Thanks for doing all this. You're awesome. Been following you for a while, so keep it up. Much appreciated. Okay, 73, 830 UKH, and 1 DJX.
Yeah, okay, BJ. Thank you for following us for a while. We're just coming up for 1 million views. I mean, this is a small channel. You know, this is not a job. This is just a little bit of fun. You know, I'm going to be doing I do all these tests myself anyway, so I might as well film them and document my adventures. But I am coming up for 1 million views in about a month's time, so you know, I'll put a 1 million views video up, and you know, feel free to comment and put a thank you, or you know, if you don't listen to him, he's blown me radio up, sort of thing. Put that in the comments. Right, many thanks. 7-3. That could be my new title at the start. Anyway, we're now going D-Star to...
Congrats, and keep it up, man. 73. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Many thanks indeed. 7-3. Going clear. Right, so look at the screen. We're going to get off of the QRZ. We're going to go quick setup. I mean, how easy is this? Look, quick setup. I'm going to go from D star to Fusion. In case anyone doesn't know, Fusion, you've got FCS, which are third-party rooms, and YSF, which are actual Yaesu owned. So I'm going to go to a YSF room, which is Texas Nexus. Yeah, I could go on America Link. I don't think I will. I'm going to go to Texas Nexus. Now, there's such a huge, bewildering list here, but if I type in TEX, there's a few Texas Nexus. I think they're all the same one. Let's go from the top one first. Texas Nexus.
Openspot connected to YSF reflector 21636. Only digital mode I operate, so
You're right, Brian.
I thought about a DMR and D-Star and all the other modes, but
We'll go somewhere else. D-Star to...
I don't know, just haven't gotten there yet. maybe one day. But they're really getting around a lot of the rooms.
We'll go to CQVK. CQ
bridges to
Australia.
the other modes, and so you hear Openspot connected to YSF reflector 24117.
So I am on CQVK. CQVK. 2E0UKH listening on CQVK after a very critical radio report. 2E0UKH. Got low error rates. So any more questions about these radios, please put them in the comments. Any more questions about the Openspot 3? You know, I'm trying to make this an ultimate video where everything's contained. So any questions, put it in the comments. So I'm on a bit of an obscure talk group. Let's just go to D-Star to YSF. I'll go to America Link, see if John's on there. The voice of Fusion. John. Funnily enough, I go to America Link UK. It's not. It's the same thing, but it's just a different server. It's a lot clearer. Right, it's chat. I don't think I'm on here. I didn't hear a beep come. When you connect, you get a beep come back on the hotspot. So I'm going to go from D-Star to YSF. Choose another America Link. America Link 13953. That one didn't work for me the other day.
Trying to connect to server.
Right, trying to connect. Yeah, there's a lot of hamcation, reg chewing, you're right. But I'll go where we went before. FSC 3 and then 48. So from D-Star to Fusion. Can it do wires X?
Openspot trying to connect to server.
Can the FT2 do wires X? It can. It can if you connect it to a HRI 200, if you put it in PDN or direct mode. Very nice, but way too pricey. I agree. I agree. It's a luxury hotspot. I can do all the same things on a Pi Star apart from the cross moding. You can do a certain amount of cross moding. Right, I'm going to go from D star to YSF. And
Openspot trying to connect the server.
And I'm going to go to the YouTubers room. See if Bob's on there. K6UDA YOU. Let's come up. That's because it's not a YSF, it's an FSC. FSC. Right, so this is my last demo. Phew.
Openspot connected to FCS 3 through 48.
Right, so I'm on FCS 3, room number 48. It's called YouTubers room. 2E0 UKH, listening for any calls. Just doing a live YouTube stream, cross moding from D star to Fusion. If anyone can come back. But you know, we know it works. I'll leave it. Put the radio down for a moment.
Gee, how you doing, Chris?
Someone come back there. KC2. Yeah, KC2 NVG. Bill, thank you for coming back. Not sure if you followed us. Oh, it's Billy Ramez. Yes, I didn't recognise the call sign. How's it sounding? I'm on a D star radio, going over to Fusion.
Yeah, you sound great. I'm on the FE100, running on the Openspot 2 on my end. And you sound beautiful. Audio's crystal clear, over.
Yeah, well, that is just wonderful because you know this thing. It's only about 2 or 3 weeks I've had it. You know, it's on early firmware. You know, they're adding very rapidly, adding more and more modes. You know, I'm on the Openspot. Yeah, David. They're rapidly adding more cross modes, and they start out as software conversion, and then, you know, in 6 months' time, this will be a full product. It will be hardware encoding. A lot of them are hardware already, and it started out on version 4, and the manual is for version 4, and in there it says which are hardware. Martin's going. Thanks, Martin, for watching. 7.3. Many thanks, Martin. It says in the manual which ones are hardware. So when this goes public candidate firmware, it will say, they'll update the manual and it will say which ones are hardware. So they'll all end up being hardware. But I think it's doing a very good job, Billy, considering the firmware is so new. Back to you. Fred, I'm on FCS 3 48.
I noticed I was following along with the live stream and I found my dashboard and I still put what I trusted.
I'm on this one. FCS 3 48.
and some others. But I love the Openspot too. I've never had it example. It's always running, and it's not like the Pi Stars that are quirky, you know.
Yeah, well, the way I would describe it, it's a luxury hotspot. You know, I've managed for all these years on DV Megas and jumbo spots, and I've never been interested in an open spot because I can do most of the stuff anyway. But the thought of just going out in my car with an Anytone 878 over Bluetooth to the car stereo with one hotspot and I can work all modes: D-Star, DMR, Fusion, NXDN, P25, everything from one radio through the car stereo on Bluetooth. Well, that is just magnificent, and that's why that's what piqued my interest. Back to you.
Alright, and don't forget to mention on a self-powered hotspot, you know, something that you don't have to plug with, or you don't have to put in your car or anything like that. So it has its own power source. That's what sold me on it.
Yep, exactly. I'm just holding it up for the camera, trying to get it in the middle. And it is small. It's like a little tic-tac box. It's a little bit bigger. It's the same height actually as the FT70. The same height as an FT70. Just holding it up for the camera. Yeah, self-contained. The battery lasts forever. And it does have power saving mode on it. I think they removed that on the latest firmware until they got it improved. But I mean, you know, let's face it, you get what you pay for. You know, if you just want to sit on one talk group all day or use one radio on one mode, you don't really need it. But if you love tinkering and messing about with stuff, you know, it's a dream. You know, Fred's got one. He's going to love it. Let's just leave a pause there for Fred. Great job, Chris. I have to go, but bravo. Have a great night. Okay, 7-3, and good luck with your new podcast. Many thanks for joining us, Brian. Right, leave a pause for Fred. Are you listening, Fred? Have you tried this out? iPhone and Android. Any issues? I'm having issues with my iPhone where it connects.
Hey, Chris, real quick, before I sit back to you, we started 90 minutes ago. You started the live stream. I'm just curious, what is your status now on the Openspot 3?
What is the battery? I think you said one battery. Fred's trying to find it. We're on FCS 348. You can just search for YouTube. Just search for YouTuber's room, Fred. So I'm just going to answer that question. On my battery, it now says 74% on the battery and 6 hours 43 remaining. So I think it said 9 hours something. So we're about 7. So 2 hours have gone down in the space of an hour. So, but I have been using it pretty exhaustively. Can you hear the rain here?
I remember it was 82% when you started, and down to 74%. So, you know, in real world conditions, you know, if you had it in your car,
can you guys hear the rain outside here?
And I'm getting 100% of the time, but I still get home.
I can't hear him because of the rain.
Not bad at all. This is not bad at all. So, in any case, it was a pleasure helping you out on the stream tonight, and we'll turn it back for Mel, and we'll...
No, it's not the plumbing.
On listening on the stream. 028 from KC2AB.
Brian McKay, he's going to show his comment. Yes, that's the rain. So I'm looking at my mic levels. It's nearly as loud as my voice. Yeah, we've had that storm. Is it Storm Kara? I think it's Kara. Over here we've had loads and loads of heavy wind, and it's raining like you won't believe it outside. I'm looking at my levels, and it's coming over the top of my voice. Anyway, I'll say 7-3, Billy. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see if Fred's there. Then I'm going to answer a few questions and then cut the stream. I heard him say yes. Okay, I can't hear you because of the rain here. Anyway, I'll say 7.3, and I think I've done enough demos, proved it works. Fred, I'm on the YouTubers room, Bob K6UDA's room. It's FCS, so you go quick setup from wherever you are to C4FM. It's in an FCS room and it's 048. FCS 3, but on here it says 048. Sorry, got to go. People have got to get up for work. That's fine. Great demo. Catch you soon. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Thank you for joining in. So any other questions on the Openspot or any other radios, and then we'll wind this thing up. Because I'm not in any rush, but I don't want it to be too long drawn out. Flipping rain here, it's unbelievable. I'll just key up in case Fred's found us. FCS 048, the YouTubers room. Anyway, any more questions about the Openspot 3? I've tried to cover everything I can. Excellent presentation. Thank you very much. Well done. Thank you, Howard. 2E0HWO. Thank you, Howard. Thank you for commenting. Ultimate live chat. Great job, Chris. Cheers. Thank you, Mike. If possible, I'd like to try another DMR connection from the hotspot. What do you mean, Frankie? Would you like me to go to 2353? Would you like a quick call? (2353) Okay. Frankie's on 2353. He's been spotted. Okay, let's just go from D-Star. I'm on a D-Star radio. I'm going to go across to Brandmeister. Mark Manis, greetings to you. Love the Openspot 3. Thank you, Mark. Have you got one? Have you got an Openspot 3 or just enjoying the demo? 2353. So I'm going to give Frankie a call.
Spot connected to Brandmeister 5051. Link dynamic talk room 4000.
Too loud. Right. Right, M6 VMO. Frankie, are you there? It's Chris, 2E0UKH on the live stream. So any other questions, put them in the comments about the radios or I'm going to wind this thing up.
You don't seem to be coming in at all, you know, but it could be my cord plug.
Yeah, just about got you there, Frankie. Not a very good connection, but we'll try again. We'll persevere. That's what we do. We experiment until we get things perfect. Back to you.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Now, whatever you're saying, I'm following from the stream because you're not coming through at all here.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. It's I'm afraid it's all about internet, isn't it? It's all about the internet propagation. If the internet propagation isn't playing, nothing's gonna work. But we try everything. You know, we try everything we can. Analog, digital. You know, I've got my local repeater on it. Not heard anything on it all night. I've got my All-Star and IRLP nodes on, which are FM going out. So I can't do FM in my house, but not very well. But I've created my own hotspots for, you know, to bring up a bit of activity, and it brings all my FM radios back to life. Fred, 99 minutes. Wow. Yeah, we don't care about the time. It's fine. Because, you know, there's a lot of people listening tonight, so there's a lot of info to give out. Anyway, back to you, Frankie. I heard you a lot better on that last over on 2353.
Yeah, you probably did. That was because it was speaking closer to the mic. And also, my power was set to low, and I've now set it to middle, which should probably make an improvement as well.
Yeah, well, you can always use a bit more power, especially if you've got connection problems. He sounds good to me. Billy's giving you a report there, sounding good. This is Frankie who won the radio. Frankie won the Anytone 878 in the competition in the Facebook group Digital Analog Ham. I put the giveaway on there purposely so that someone who's a fan of the channel won it. Because all the friends of the channel are in there. BER perfect at 0.1%. Anyway, thank you for calling in, Frankie. It's nearly 2 hours long, this stream, so we're going to wind it up. And thank you for your support on the channel. So I'm going to wind it up. If anyone else wants to call in quickly, they can.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Chris. No, anyway, I think I'll have to sort a few things out in this cold plug. That's probably why I'm having these problems, and in my other cold plug for that matter. But thanks for that, and 7-3 to you. Bye-bye, and I just keep watching whatever else you're going to be doing. 7-3 again, and bye.
Yep, 7-3. I'll get that radio sent off to you this week sometime. I've been working all over the weekend and sorting out problems. Not with the radio, but in my car park a load of bricks came down and they landed on everyone's car in the car park. Been busy sorting that out this evening. Right, many thanks, 7-3, and thank you to everyone that took part. Right, radio's off. Turning the radios off. Don't want it to go on and on forever. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Thank you, Chris, for the demo with the Openspot 7-3. Okay, great stuff. Put your comments, put your 7-3s in the comments. Thank you for watching. I hope I've covered everything. I've given everyone opportunity to ask any questions on the Openspot. Mark Manis, he's from Orlando, Florida. Home of the just completed 2020 Orlando Hamcation. Yeah, I would have loved to have gone there, absolutely. KK4FU, great job. He's got the Openspot 1 and 2 and might get the 3, yeah, I think he might. Mike Polman, must be close to 11 PM. Yeah, it is. It's just coming up for 11:15. Billy Ramez, awesome stream this evening, Chris, as usual. Many thanks. Okay, I'm going to wind it up. David Nelson, 73, close to 5 PM here. Yeah, thanks for watching, David. Right, 7-3, guys. 2E0 UKH. Yeah, Fred's saying he doesn't have a Talk Group 9 programmed in the radio. That's okay, just use it in VFO, put digital monitor on, long press the 0, press the hash, change it to group call Talk Group 9. Mark Manis, call sign is K5NO. Right, 7-3. 2E0 UKH. Clear. Cheers.